All right, we're back. Part 3. I think this will be the last part. It's almost a 30-minute video. Okay. Other ministries. Right now, homeless ministry has been on pause because we can't. Shibuya, Shinjuku are considered the hotspots still, and so can't really go down there. But one thing that we are actively pursuing right now is once things ease up a little bit more, they've eased up quite a bit. Once things have eased up more, we're looking into pioneering our own homeless ministry in Ikebukuro, which I really want to be a part of because I love that community. So a common thing you're going to hear is throughout this next part is we're pioneering a lot of things. So a lot of stuff's still in the planning phase. I still really want to do art stuff, really get out and help push the art ministry, and really recasting hope and vision. But as we were getting down to about 20 staff, the amount of artists went from a lot to me and like one other person maybe. So we'll see. But more people are coming. We've accepted more staff and they're on their way. A couple of other ministries that we've been looking to is like moving towards a cafe ministry, and just continuing to build community. And yeah, there's a couple more on the horizons that I don't know if I have the freedom to talk about yet, but it is something that we are actively pursuing this time. We are not sitting idly by. We are actively asking God, what are we to do during this season? And so it's been really, really good. There's been a lot of blessings. We got rid of our old van, and we didn't have to pay for it. That thing was trash. I'm very grateful for the time we had with it, and it served us well, but it needed to go. And we were given, I think, a newer van, which doesn't have dents or anything like that, or as many. So that's been really cool. God's been faithful. Like I said, the Global Prayer Initiative was a major blessing. It was really, really cool just to see all of YWAM come together. It was amazing. Yeah. And then what else? There's some other prayer reports. Praise reports, not prayer reports. Yeah, I think that's like the main thing right now. And just the borders are opening up, so that's been really nice. Two of our staff, they're leaders just like me. Mosese, he's from Fiji, and Angie, who's from around Irvine, Orange County, California. They are getting married, and I am going to be one of their groomsmen. I'm also making the wedding cake, which is I'm very honored. And so actually today I'm doing taste testing with them because I made a couple cakes that I want them to try. But if you guys can be praying, because it's going to be in Hokkaido, and it's because of COVID and things like that, it'll be in November, and we cannot, Angie's family and Sei's families and stuff cannot come. And so it's a very personal YWAM wedding. And so we'll be all traveling up there within this community to go up there and celebrate them. And I'll be making the cake. A lot of it's coming out of my own pocket for myself personally, like the wedding cake, which I want to bless them with, clothes, stuff like that. So if you can just be praying for financial blessing and breakthrough for me on that area, just because I want to be able to bless them to the fullest, and I don't want to be cheap, I guess you can say. And so I really want to celebrate them and their wedding. And yeah, so that's been pretty cool. Another thing that if you can please be praying for, Mosese and Angie, after they get married, will likely be taking a break from YWAM Tokyo. So they're two of our leaders. There are 8 of us right now. They will be leaving, and then another one of our leaders, Rachel Harvey, will be moving to England. And so that cuts our leadership team down from 8 to 5. So please be praying for that as we go into this new season. Which brings me to me. I've talked about this. I'm still actively praying about what my next step is, especially since I felt a stirring with my art about what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to go. And I feel like God's just said for this year, finish this year strong, and in the beginning of the year, you'll know what to do. And I'm considering many options, but if the biggest thing is I'm just waiting to hear God say something, just a simple, like, I want you here. So even if he says, David, stay in Tokyo, I'm okay with that. But potentially, if he says you're free to move on, if, like, say, go to Sendai, Takatsuki is something I've even considered. But if he says like it's okay to move, like that, I will have the strength to do that, because there's a part of me that's like, well, if I leave and Angie and Stacey leave and Rachel leave, that's half of the leadership team. And also, I know a lot of people in this community. I hope this doesn't sound arrogant. Look up to me. And if I leave, I'm kind of a little worried what it will do to people. If. It's a big if. But it's just me praying for me about peace and guidance and assurance on what I'm supposed to do in the up and coming season, because I really, really want to start moving forward, and the reason why God called me here. But I want to honor him, whatever he's asking. And if he's asking me to stay and wait, I'll stay and wait. Yeah. And then one thing I'm considering, and also be praying, we might have some downtime in December if the borders continue to be lax. And I went home in March this past year, but COVID started to hit, and so it wasn't really a break. It wasn't the greatest. It was great, and I rested, but it was like I didn't get to see people. And so I'm considering and seeing into possibly coming home through the month of December, so I can spend Christmas for the first time in like 3 or 4 years with my family. Pray for finances, if that's meant to be, to come in, and that that tickets will be available and things like that, because I would like to see friends and family again. I miss them a lot. Yeah. And then what else? Naturally, just support. Like, God's been good. God's blessed me, and I still try to figure out like how I've been here for 3 years, but I've always seemed to have enough finances to come in. So just naturally, please pray for more support to come in, because I would like to stay here, and I'd like to continue to move forward in what God has called me into this nation. So thank you all for just supporting me, partnering with me, partnering for God's vision for this nation. I know it seems like a slow process, and that's something I even have to consider, but I do not doubt that God is taking this nation, and he's preparing it. And with the potentially Olympics now being next year, I'm wondering if God's allowing us to be more prepared for it, because I think we would have been caught off guard coming out of a DTS, because we really want to push for the Million Lights ministry. And so I think something big is coming into this nation. I know God's changing the heart of the people here. They're hungry, and I think the time of the orphan spirit, the spirit of rejection, the spirit of death that's lingered over this nation is coming to an end. And I think the enemy knows it too, and so I think he's trying to be a complete butthole. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I've been really thinking about each one of you, and I'm trying to get better at emailing people individually, but I just wanted to thank you all for partnering with me for this nation. I'm excited to see what God does. I hope to see you all soon. I generally love and miss each one of you. And yeah, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your prayers, because it has definitely been felt. Because I know I would not have been here. I would not be here still if it wasn't for you guys praying for me. So thank you so much. Yeah. I think that's it. So, let me know if you like this, and if so, maybe I'll keep doing this, because it's kind of fun and easier. But I'm gonna write things up also. Anyways, God bless. Love you guys. Stay safe. Matane.